What is up, guys? And before I start this video, I just wanted to say I'm sorry about the video I posted yesterday um, about the no audio thing. That video will be taken down, but I don't want the footage to be gone, so that's why I'm recording this video. So basically, I'm not going to redo that entire episode, also because I don't want it to feel staged or whatever. So instead, I'm going to narrate that episode. Um, we're going to just pull up the footage, which is right here. Oh, let's shorten this down just a smidge. Pull that down about right there. There we go. And then hit play. Alright, so it starts off really loud, and I try to build up. Like right here, I'm actually saying to you guys, welcome to a new video, SevTech Ages. You may have recognized this specific mod pack, and I do say that because I actually did play this mod pack at one point, and it was actually one of my most popular videos. But this intro here is me kind of building up to it. Like I was talking about how I got my face cam back, and you guys, if you've watched the first video, saw that yes, my face cam is back. I've got some good lighting, got a decent backdrop, and in the video here in a second, it's gonna have me go over like everything that's changed. You'll hear all the gameplay and stuff. Like, see, I cut to my face cam, and I'm super excited and stuff like that. Look at face cam inception. And I get all intellectual, and what I was talking about was when the video first started, the lighting was kind of rough looking. There we go. And then I adjusted it, brought the gamma down, still a little bit off. I don't know, I'll have to mess with the settings a little bit, see if I can adjust that a little bit more, but it'll work for now. So I tried to jump back into it without thinking about it, but over here you can see my little Donkey Kong stuffed animal. It's right here, little guy, cutie. I can't remember where I got him. I think he was a Christmas present this year. And then it's just my little Nightmare Bonnie, I think is which animatronic this is, Nightmare Bonnie. Because I know it's not Freddy or Chica, so I'm pretty sure that's Bonnie, like the bunny. I was trying to keep all my figurines in their original packaging, and then my dog, my nightmare dog, suiting, decided to chew up the box to it. I also have my Legend of Zelda game. It's a chessboard set right there. Then I have a Nightmare Before Christmas poster that actually got made by my wife's sister. It was a wedding present. It was my birthday present. I can't remember which. But either way, it was a really nice gift that I really loved. Up here, I've got my big $100 boombox like speaker. It's pretty powerful. And over here is a marker board that me and my wife use to keep up with some of our bills and stuff like that. Thankfully, it's out of focus over there, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Over here is a couple of game shelves that I'll be putting all my games on. I still haven't unpacked my games from when we moved like 2 months ago. So let's try to skip to the video here and hop straight into the footage. Okay, we called it V2 because this, like I said, is the second time we've played this. And I just wanted it to be like, you know, building up to it sort of thing. Skip past the building and terrain, so I start talking about some random stuff. Something I said in the video that I didn't say, that you guys can't hear me say even if you did watch it, is this is not replacing my other mod pack. I'm still playing the other mod pack. I'm still going to continue to play it, no issues whatsoever. This is just going to be another mod pack that I'm going to be playing in my spare time. Okay, so at first I try to get the lay of the land, figure out what's going on. I remember it being really like slow and kind of buggy, and I couldn't remember some of the controls and stuff like that, like how to open up the quest menu like I'm going to bring up right here. And this, I talk about the different quests. Like if you watch me play my original series, you know how this is all set up. It's a mod pack to where you can't progress unless you complete the event tiers in a specific order. Like you can't even craft more than some stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, I start gathering up the fiber stuff. I ended up turning that stuff down because it was really buggy. And that did make it a little better, but it is still very buggy. Then again, anytime you're recording a game straight from the computer you're playing from, there's always going to be some bugs, especially while the game's still loading up. And something I mentioned in the video, but I'm going to go ahead and mention now, is you see how there's very little stuff over here in JEI? Well, that's because that's all you can actually interact with. If you find anything that's not in this JEI menu in the world, you can't interact with it, use it for anything, or, you know, in general, do anything with it. So what I was about to do is I gathered up some plant twine from breaking up some grass, and I made, and I'm about to craft it into, plant fibers that I crafted into plant twine that I have to use to craft some stuff. That was the first part of the quest, and then I had to go and make a mesh, and this is where I start talking about the whole small amount of things I can craft. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm breaking leaves because this is the easiest way to get sticks early game because they just drop naturally from them. And then I use this stuff that I've gathered to make the mesh. The mesh here is used to to take gravel and craft it into flint. I say craft, technically sieve, but so at this point I decided, oh well, I need to go find some gravel. And water was a pretty good source of gravel, so I decided, ooh, there's a pool down there. Let's go check it out, see if there's any gravel nearby. And I think I do find some gravel over here. There's something about this mod pack, it messes with my eyes. I think it's the whole grass thing. And I thought it was kind of interesting. The squids made some interesting sounds. And I was also kind of nervous over here because piranhas are a thing in this mod pack, and they can actually jump out of the water. You see how I dropped that item? If you were unfamiliar with how I used to play this, what happened was if I picked up an item that I can't see in JEI yet, which means I don't know what it does or what it's for. So I had no idea how to interact with it. And what I just did was I flaked the flint I had, basically taking it and punching a hard rock with it to turn it into flaked sharpened flint. So I'm going to use that flint to make a basic tier axe, or in this case called a hatchet. Because the reason why you have to have the hatchet even to progress is because you can't cut wood with your bare hand anymore. In this mod pack it requires something axe-like. I mean, in real life, you wouldn't be able to cut down a tree with your bare hand either. Now, granted, in real life, when you go to cut a tree down, when you cut the bottom log out of the tree, it's not going to stay floating either. So, I mean, not all the physics were corrected there. So, I completed those two achievements. Got a hatchet, got my first bit of wood. And I'm going to complete the next by making the chopping block, which is a block that you use to cut logs into planks. Whew. Okay. So that sound was the sound of me completing stage 0. Really loud, really obnoxious. And it's going to do that every time I complete a set stage. Once I complete a stage, I unlock a whole bunch of stuff, like in JEI and other stuff. So I guess right here is where stage 0 began. I don't even know. I guess this is below 0. I think that's what I referred to it back when I played it the first time too. Now, something I did talk about in the video is that there's a lot of stuff here that wasn't showing in tier 0 before. It looks like they've added it to tier 0 since the last time I played this pack, which is fine, but it threw me off when I first saw it. I'm going to check something real quick, guys. I want to make sure my mic's working this time around. Yeah, it's definitely working good. Pull this back up. Full screen. There it is. Alright, continuing on. When I made that stump, by the way, it gave me this little rock. It's called a crafting rock. Anytime I do any crafting on that, and I guess I didn't really talk about what this was I created. Basically, this is the basic tier of what would be considered a crafting table. Like you can't make a crafting table early game. The recipe doesn't exist, or at least it won't let you make it. So this guy is a basic tier, a stage 0 version of a crafting table that you can craft and use. So let's see. Yeah, I was grabbing some stones because I knew I was going to need them. I think it was at this point I decided to gather a couple of resources and then relocate. Let's skip a smidge. Oh yeah, I found some chickens with some feathers, which I did need to get those feathers. I haven't used them yet where I'm currently at, but I don't know what I just skipped. Oh yeah, these pigs are freaking speed racer. Look at that. Pigs took off like a freaking lightning bolt. Like, I was just like, whoa, dude, slow down. And then I got super lucky finding this village, which is where I'm setting up now is not far from the village. So when we need to come over here and make the trades that we're going to make, it'll be really good. And what's really cool is I don't think you can unlock any of the like better trades until later, because you have to be in later stages. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. See, originally I set up a shop here in this place. Ooh, lag spike. So originally I set up shop in this place, and I started chopping up some wood, get me some planks. And the first thing I created was a basic tier chest, which is not a actual chest. It's another one of those primitive versions of it that make chests look really advanced. Now it is kind of cool because it like puts it out on display and makes it like super visual and stuff, but at the same time it's not very practical. Okay, that actually reminds me what's over there, so I can know whether or not I need to come back, which is really not that big a deal, but I do want to come back for those feathers. I think that was actually the last quest I complete. Oh wait, no, it's not. There was one other quest I completed that I didn't realize I completed. From here, a lot of the issue is from here it got dark and some stuff went down. And I messed with the villagers. I looked at some of the quests, couldn't figure out what I wanted to do next, and I went to go gather some stuff because I needed gravel and a few other resources. I dug this up because I was trying to figure out what it was. It was like mud. Couldn't figure out if it was quicksand or mud. I didn't want to fall into it if it was quicksand. It was definitely mud though. Didn't know what those shrooms were either. Oh yeah, and this is something that caught my eye. This was not in the original pack. These big craters like this. Like, I couldn't figure that out for the life of me what it was. And there's actually an entrance that led down to it, which I thought was kind of interesting. And yeah, it was right over here. A little walkway that went straight down into the hole. I was just like, the heck? You know, like, what is this? It looked like a crater out of like Applied Aerogistics or something, but there's nothing in that hole. And then that thing right there was a big bone block structure that we can come and mine up later, but I didn't have a pickaxe. Let's see. And I was super distracted by all the plants and stuff I kept seeing around. There's a whole lot of different foliage and stuff that I didn't recognize. My guy was starving, so I grabbed some food I found on the ground and ate it real quick. I was looking for gravel at this point. So I was going along riverbeds looking for gravel, and I was super afraid of getting bit by a piranha. bit here. I just kept searching and searching. Oh wait, no, I was looking for clay. That's right. I was in search of clay because I needed it to make what I was going to make next. And I found a little bit. Found enough to make what I was trying to make. And this is when it got dark and scary. There's actually a part I want to pause at here in a minute because I wanted to check something. It's coming up soon. It's lag spice. I really need an external recording device. I technically have one. Here, there it is. Yep, that's what I thought. These spiders have animated legs. No, thank you. Alright, so I got back to the village and I was trying to... Oh yeah, I was being chased by a freaking skeleton with a trumpet at this point. And I was trying for the life of me to find the house that I put my stuff in. I think I ended up skipping till daytime. Yeah, I paused and I waited for daytime right there. Alright. So this is the thing I went and made. Oh, that's right. I couldn't make it without having the cobblestone slab. So this is why I went on yet another adventure. I stopped to kill a creeper. I think it gave me a heart as well. Yeah, I know, an oyster. Better with mods, and I end up eating it later, and it just gives my guy, like, poison. And that was another one of those craters I was telling you about. Like, you don't even see any ore in them, which is, like, what's off-putting to me. And I think that's just because I haven't unlocked ore yet, because you actually have to unlock ore, and chunks that didn't have ore in them, well, I don't think they'll spawn ore, which made this kind of suck, because I think you had to go and find new chunks. And it was almost easier just to reload the entire world with like world edit or something. Now granted, if I did need to like start over or whatever, at least it wouldn't be too difficult this early on. In fact, I literally set up in this cave despite having resources back at the village. And I think this is where a piranha tries to jump out and bite me. Yep, there it is. Piranha jumped out of the water and tried to bite me. And this is when I decided, alright, you know what, we're just going to set up over here. Well, technically I came over here and saw the gravel, and I was like, ooh, I can make the tool I need to make. Because I was going to make me a pickaxe. So I had to go gather some wood that was nearby, gather the gravel. I ended up having to make new tools and stuff. New chopping block, new crafting bench. For some reason I thought in my head, hey, why don't I just JEI it, you know, shift right click into the thing, and I realized, oh wait, I can't do that. And boom, flint pickaxe. Sorry if I seem tired, guys. It's late at night and my eye is like feeling irritated. So I went over here and I started gathering some cobblestone. And I think immediately after I made a couple of stone tools instead. Yeah, stone pickaxe, stone shovel, stone axe, like the works. That way I'd have all the tools I needed. Now I just kind of went over and kind of like chunked the old flint stuff. I'm sorry if seeing me over here and seeing me over there, it's kind of like distracting. Because this is where I decided, okay, we're going to set up a shelter here. I didn't really build anything yet. I just kind of set up shop over here. Alright, and that's where I crafted me up some cobblestone slabs. And this is where I build basically like what's considered the first furnace in this mod pack, a kiln. I went ahead and made 2 of them because I knew I was going to need both of them. I wasn't sure why I was mining out a hole in the ground there, but so now that I had set up the kilns, I needed to basically cook them. So the only way to do that is to make what's called whittled fire sticks. Problem is, this fire doesn't last very long on a normal surface. So I lit this fire hoping that I could cook the wood into a block that only can get turned into the said block through this kiln. Problem is it had to be already turned into a brick kiln before it could do it. So this actually took a couple minutes to actually get it to properly cook. I just kind of sat there and stared at it. I was super pissed that it didn't change the second time too. I was like, shit, it changed. And I even double checked to make sure the recipe was right. So I went and chopped up a bunch more wood and made a couple more whittle sticks. But I wasn't giving up. I tried again. And I think this time it actually works. Yep. It's a low-grade charcoal block. And basically what it is it basically acts like an early game netherrack. Okay, so I had my first light source set up because that's an infinitely burning light source, which is good. But I was just like, well, it's dark time. I better wait it out. So I went ahead and paused and went on to daytime. And I actually went down and gathered some wood during the whole transaction. Here's some giggling. I'm still not used to these lights. I have adjusted them so they're not as harsh on my eyeballs, thankfully. I don't think there's a lot more I get done here near the end of this video. I know I talk a little bit more about plans and stuff like that here at the end. Honestly, I can't remember what it was I was talking about, but here at the end, I think I end up cooking up some stone and setting up more than one of these kilns. And I cooked up a couple of the charcoal blocks so that way I can set up 2 more spaces, and I use those spaces to set up a what's called a grill, which basically works like a kiln does in this game, but it can cook more than one item in a single setting. You don't have to keep swapping out items. In order to make it, though, I had to make stone, which required a kiln, which is why I started with the kiln and not just went straight to it. You hear my roommate in the background. Not sure why I did that. Alright, so the recipe, the first thing I did here is I tried to make this thing upside down on the crafting table, and when I tried to, I realized very quickly I couldn't do that. So I had to go all the way around the crafting table and do it again. That was the one thing I didn't care for this design, is that it couldn't figure out what you were trying to make if you're oriented a different direction. See, I can put as much of that same item in as I want. I think up to a quarter stack, which I think is 16 items, which was very useful. And I decided I didn't want to cook the rest of that yet, so I just went ahead and made the second grill. And I think this is about where I started wrapping it up. Yeah, I just kind of started jumping around, playing with the fire and talking about it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and swap back to my face cam here. Yeah, mic's still going. Alright, so I managed to shorten that footage down. Hopefully, being able to understand what I was saying for most of that video was a little bit better. I do plan to actually upload a second episode. Probably, I don't know when the upload schedule is really going to be. I'm going to be swapping between both mod packs. I may even see about setting up another series to go with all this stuff. I think that's going to have to do it for this episode. I am glad to have SevTech Ages back. I really enjoyed it. It's a very interesting mod pack. It's going to be something I'm going to have to force myself to stick to, though, as it requires a little more thinking, a little more hard work, too. It'll take a little more grinding, and it's not something I'm a big fan of with mod packs. I like something where I can just spam and get what I want most of the time. But I think that's going to have to do it for me. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell down below to let you know when I upload videos to YouTube. Also check out, why do I say that? I occasionally catch myself saying check out the links in the description. I'm not putting links in the description anymore. They used to be part of my old outro. Sorry about that. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy it, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what it is about that video you enjoyed. It was cameraception. This video talking about this video, talking about this video. So it's kind of interesting. But hopefully hearing what I had to say about the footage helped make the footage a little more entertaining. But anyway, guys, that's going to have to do it for me. So I'll see all your beautiful faces in the next video. Bye, guys.